Why is Steph Curry trash?
It'll be a running segment.
I put my foot in the sand on this one, and now I'm just gonna have to my foot is like
so
right
you don't
here,
believe.
but I'm not eating it.
Don't get intimidated.
No, I'm not. Trust me, never. I'm never intimidated.
All right, come on.
My issue with Steph. So this started with our superstar conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my point was, when you're looking at the superstars in the league, I think that Steph is probably at the bottom of the superstars because he doesn't play as well when he doesn't have like his number two. So when Klay Thompson went down, they immediately wrote off that entire team. And if you're a superstar, that shouldn't happen. I also love it when he goes like 1 for 20 from 3, because I check his stats every single morning when I wake up, and he's very, very inconsistent. He can have 26 points, but that's because he shot the ball 40 times. Like, to me, he doesn't push that team by himself over the edge, which is what I think you would have to do if you're a superstar. And that's just my take on Steph.
So question for you: what superstar has pushed the team by himself? Don't say LeBron.
Ron, I gotta respond to Ryan again, because
okay, go ahead.
Every time he sends like let's say Steph Curry's like going 3 for 15 through the third quarter, Ryan will send a screenshot like, oh damn, look at your boy Steph, and then it comes out that he ends up hitting the last 5 to win the game.
No, he hit the game.
Wait. Hold on. But then, Ryan, in the same breath, in the next morning, I would send you a screenshot of his last 12 games where he's shooting over 50% from the fucking field, at least 3 to 4 threes a game, 20 plus points. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
But his plus minus isn't great.
Do you even believe your argument anymore?
Me? It's getting rocky, but I'll see
let's
where they
talk
are
about
at the
last
end
night.
of the season.
Last night, 8 for 15.
No, I need an answer. Y'all can talk about this other stuff any other day. Give me an answer. What superstar is doing it by himself?
I think I would feel more comfortable with Dame, James Harden.
Stop right there.
I feel more comfortable with Giannis.
Just digging that hole.
No,
dig it.
What's
So is your argument that Steph Curry needed KD to do something?
No, he needed Klay. He just happened to have KD too. He needs a number 2 for that team to even be reasonably good.
What superstar doesn't need a number 2? What
LeBron?
Superstar in the league doesn't need a number 2? We saw LeBron on LA without a number 2. What did that team do?
Yeah, they were terrible.
What star doesn't need a number 2, right?
But even that team, he has another number 2 that's not Klay.
Who?
Ryan, no, don't ask him all the question.
Okay.
Ryan, answer the question.
What, Andrew Wiggins?
Well, Luka did it without Porzingis in the playoffs.
No, he didn't.
He carried that team.
He carried it to a loss.
In the playoffs.
Let me help you out.
Go ahead.
Let me help you out. Because I see that you're struggling and you see that you're not popping out answers. I'll pop out some answers for you. And they still didn't get far. The only 2 people that was really taking on some load by themselves was Allen Iverson and Russell Westbrook.
And Iverson went as far as you could go.
And he went as far as you can go. Any other player you can name, they had a legitimate number 2. Where if this dude was sick, this dude can pop in and play. Steph Curry is, and see, this is where, let me stand straight, because, I have someone off air who's a Steph Curry lover. I wasn't too much of a fan of Curry because of what the fans do, not necessarily what he does. Like, I don't like Cowboy fans. I'm cool with Cowboys, but I hate Cowboy fans. The Redskins fans grew on me. Not Redskins fans, but Washington football team. They grew on me, but it was them. It wasn't the team. Golly, LeBron fans, LeBron and Tom Brady fans, they can't do no wrong. It's the fans. So, yeah, I'm talking to you because I saw you TB12. I'll get to you.
No, that was John too.
I'll get to you. So, anyways, you, the bottom. I don't know no bottom superstar that went two in a row for an MVP and unanimous.
Oh, I'm saying now.
And not even that. He's making everyone fall, including your mother. He's balling.
I don't have a mother, so I'm not.
Yeah, it was the
offended.
worst possible.
Yeah. The worst timing.
Yeah, look. I think he's an elite player. I don't know if at this point in his career if he can carry a team by himself.
But I think the thing we get twisted is, why should a player carry a team? Why should we put all that type of pressure on a player to carry your team? That's what it's called. That's why it's called a team. If this was boxing or tennis, that's a whole different conversation. Here's
the point that I'm gonna make about Steph. And here's the thing: when I got lumped in with Ryan with the Steph thing because I wasn't quick enough to disregard what he said, right? So the thing is that over this time since I've had that reckoning, I've looked over what it is my real, true, hard feelings about Steph Curry was. Before KD got to Golden State, in the 2 years prior to him getting there, they were 140 and 24. 140 and 24 before KD got there. Then, if we're also talking about to Ron's point, why do you need a superstar to carry his team? I think one of the biggest unanswered questions, it's not really unanswered because I think everybody kind of knows what happens. Steph did what almost no superstar is willing to do, which I don't think we give enough credit for. When KD got there, he let KD drive because he knew it was for the betterment of the team, which is insane. And you need to give credit to that. I think that we have a pretty good idea of what Steph would have continued to do without KD because we already have the sample size. When he did get KD, he didn't become the asshole in the locker room. He didn't become the guy that needed to be my team. He said, you know what? Because KD needs this, I'm going to step back. That, to me, transcends almost any superstar as far as being unselfish. It puts Steph in rarefied air in my mind when I think about somebody willing to do that. So I'm just saying, if we're going to look at Steph, we got to look at the complete picture. And I think that a lot of people are losing out on... Look, I have a huge problem with Steph's game. I fucking hate what he's done in the NBA as far as these long-ass shots. I fucking hate it, okay? I miss old school fucking big man ball, fucking doing the shit the old school way.
Big men are shooting threes now.
But you have to give him his credit. As a matter of fact, when we were talking about the NBA logo thing, you put Steph's name in there for revolutionizing the game, really, over the last few years. You gotta give Steph his... Look,
he has your local gym shooting threes.
I'm not saying he's not a transcendent player, and I'm not saying that him on that Golden State Warriors team is not one of the best teams of all time. I'm saying currently where he's at, he to me is not the upper echelon of superstar. That's what I'm saying.
But who is? I need to know who's above him that's a superstar.
If you're saying not upper echelon, then you're saying what, he's out the top 10, top 5?
No. He's top 10, but he is not top 5 in my opinion.
So give me your 5?
James Harden, Giannis.
You're done. Stop.
Westbrook.
Stop. Jesus Christ, stop.
What did James Harden do by
himself? What did James Harden do? What he's doing by himself? You see where he's at? He's with the emotional dude. He's with 2 emotional guys. KD, who's emotional, and another emotional dude who is Sage Courts.
Yeah, but
here's the thing. When you're naming your 5, just take into consideration. When you're naming your 5, I just want you to take into consideration when you name them that your criteria is guys that don't need the help that you're saying Steph doesn't need to be a superstar. Name your 5, and name your 5 as 5 guys that don't need a second guy to catapult them or make them successful.
No, I'm just okay. I don't think
gang up
that Steph Curry, let's put Klay Thompson back on that team right now. I still don't think he's good.
Name your 5.
Name your 5.
I just did.
No, I cut you off. I need to hear your 5.
No, we're not gonna cut you off because you were drunk. I know you drank a lot. So go, keep going.
This is coffee. I haven't drank anything today.
Because you was drinking with the can of Adam Thielen and Keenan Allen. You was pretty drunk.
Now, see, this is a take I'm probably gonna have to walk back. but I'm sticking by it for right now. I want to see how the rest of the season plays out.
You don't need to.
Will.
James, we're not interrupting him. We're all going to be having a moment of silence for Ryan to give us our top 5. Moment of silence.
Let me come back to you next week, and I'll put this together.
Oh, my God.
I've just been so harped on I hate Steph Curry that I'm going to put this argument together and come at you.
Oh, this is going to be fun because it's going to be a good argument because he's a fucking lawyer.
Give me a week.
No, it ain't going to be a good argument.
It's not going to be a good argument.
When I say a good argument, I mean it's going to sound good. It's not going to be good. It's going to sound good.
Golden State they're 4 games above 500. And I'm looking at the rest of the conference. Who has less help than Steph does as far as getting them to where it is needed to get to? If we're looking at superstars and all around built teams. But the motherfucker is putting it up. I don't even look at the East as far as teams above 500. Yeah, that's a fucking shit show. The Wizards still have a fucking good chance to run the table and win everything.
Y'all won again last night too, right?
I know, we're amazing. But the angle or the aspect of
if you look at put Russ ahead of them.
But 19, they're 4 games above 500, sitting in 7th place right now.
Mm-hmm.
With Steph, without Clay.
Team.
Here's some education.
What are you talking about?
Here's some education right here. You know Jordan wasn't going far until he got Scotty.
No shit.
That says a lot. And that says a lot right there.
Yep.
So everyone needs a legitimate two. That's where the Bucks are struggling when it comes to Middleton. He's not a legit two. Yeah. He's there, but he's not
They're trying to get by with 2 threes.
Right. And I want to preface this. That this whole argument started like a couple months ago.
It's not ending
on the take that nobody has ever written off a team faster than the Warriors when they lost Klay Thompson. And my response was, yeah, because Steph's not a superstar. And here we are.
I'm just saying
I would say this real quick, right? Leave the superstar out of it. I will agree that take the word superstar out of it. I would agree that he would be on my bottom 10 to actually carry a team because of what his game is like. Like I have him behind like a lot of players, but to use the word superstar,
I don't know why the word superstar came up. I think someone called him a superstar, and then
hold on. I'm helping your argument just in case I missed the next show. So you pay attention. Pay attention real good. So, because I had this conversation all the time, even with James off air. Like, going to wide receivers. There's one thing to call a wide receiver number 1, but then there's another thing to call him a true number 1. A true number 1 can do every route that you give the guy, versus a number 1 could just he could give me about 4 of them. So when you're talking about superstar and in regular human beings, hold up, time out.
Okay.
Every superstar needs a number 2 in order to get to where they need to go. And even if they get there, which we saw with Russell Westbrook and Iverson, they will fail.
Iverson is my first or second favorite NBA player of all time. Allen Iverson, I remember that entire season. He gets to the finals. LA smoked the absolute dog shit out of him because he didn't have help. Iverson did everything you could humanly possibly do. Shit beyond human that you could do to carry a team. And still at the end of the day, that Lakers squad beat his motherfucking ass like a drum. The fact that he got 1 win out of that finals should be the equivalent of like 2 championships with what it is that he fucking had, in my opinion, and who it is he came up against when it came to Shaq and Kobe in that fucking era. But when you're really looking at it historically, over the last 40 years, you can't say that you had one guy do it. You just can't. Like, if you want to go back to Wilt, you want to go back to Bill Russell, maybe we can get there. But in the last 40 years, you can't say that shit. It just don't work.
All right, Ryan.
I'm going to give it 7 days.
Call it try.
My absolute best.
All right.
And if after my argument, I can't stand by this take anymore, I will take it back. But I will do my goddamnedest.
Make it a giveaway, Ryan.
Hey, I'm getting on this show for this one. I'm literally all ears. I'll turn the volume up for this one.
All right.
Excellent.
So
moving on.
All right. So the final topic that we have, we're going to pivot to football. Yep.
NFL football?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're playing NCAA football right now, and that's confusing as fuck.
Really? I haven't.
Yeah, I was like, I was seeing NCAA football scores, and I was like,
certain schools.
I think it's Division II schools are finishing their season right now.
No, they started the season.
Oh, they started it? Oh, well,
yes.
Oh, that's nuts. All right. So